thing that's been concerning me, looking at your statistics over the past couple years, is the declining ridership.
Yes.
Month over month, year over year, you're down 10% on regular fixed route ridership in some cases. What do you attribute that to?
Well, a lot of it is following the national trend. When you look around the country, you see many transit agencies ridership decreasing, and that's tied to the lowering in the gas prices. So people feel a little bit more freer to use their personal vehicles. And what you will see in the inverse of that is, as gas prices go up, our ridership goes up. And so that's one of those, I just don't know what to call it, but it's one of those things that we in the transit world experience. However, I do not rely on that totally. I believe that we have to continue to enhance our performance and continue to expand our brand. So regardless of what may transpire with gas prices or any other external force, that people see us as a value, and it is a tool that they can make much better use of.
Do you attribute any of that decrease to Uber and Lyft and those types of rideshare services? It seems I read that your ridership peaked in fiscal 2014, and that's the year that Uber started service in Orlando. There's got to be some link there.
There may be very well some decline in ridership due to Uber. We just don't have the analysis that really gives us a very good picture of that. However, even with Uber being out there, whether it's Uber, Lyft, Bridge, whatever the transportation network company that may be, it still ties back into the overall transportation program. So we don't necessarily look at them as being competitors, but there are going to be certain trips that will probably be more in line with an Uber trip for that particular activity. But when you think about a daily use of services, we believe that the bus services would be your better opportunity.
So, it basically comes down to choice riders then, which is something that I know all transit agencies are working to attract more choice riders. So it seems like between high gas prices and ride sharing, it's potentially scraping off 10% of your choice riders. Is that a fair statement?
I don't know, 10% seems to be a little high, but whatever the volume is, and as we continue to delve into the analysis and the analytics of our ridership, and looking at where our passengers are boarding and alighting, and seeing where we may have some peaks and valleys in our customer boardings. Well, if those boardings have decreased in a particular area, well, maybe we need to realign those resources to put it where we definitely have seen the increases. So a lot of times it's like with a balloon. Now you squeeze it on one end, it pushes to the other. I think that's what we've got to do here.
Are cutbacks possible? If this trend continues? You've been down almost around roughly 10% fixed route ridership. Down month over month for most of the last year. At some point, that's not sustainable.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, we should be looking at how do we really reallocate those resources. So again, as I mentioned earlier, as we may see a decline in ridership in a particular area, well, maybe the service volume may get decreased, so we can take those financial resources and put it in areas
bigger need.
And we recognize there are certain areas where we're not providing services at all. Well, maybe that gives us an opportunity to start directing resources over there so we can open up the market for more utilization of public transit. But along with that, we need to look at what is the best way to deliver the services for those particular markets. Let's not just say that the TNCs are out there and we're just going to throw our arms up or our hands up. Let's say, how do we bring that into our family of services and let that work hand in hand? Because again, what we want to do is have one transportation system for our community. They don't care whether it's Uber, Lyft, Sunrail, what have you. They care about, can they get from point A to point B? So how do we play a role in making sure all of those services are coordinated under one program?